Hey there, this is Jennifer with Bromefields, and today we are going to be working on a scarf sweater with sleeves. So you are going to start with your ribbing, and you're going to knit for, I knit mine for 17.5 inches, but follow the chart with a size 13 knitting needle using Lion brand Woolies Thick and Quick yarn. And I did the whole sleeve with the increase using the size 13 knitting needle, and then I did 6 rows with the size 13 and then switched to the size 15. I just thought that'd be too much for that one row, too much increase. And then you're going to knit and knit and knit some more. I think I knit mine for about 6 feet because it wraps around your body twice. And then I knit, this is US 15, 10 millimeter, switch it to the 13 and then decrease the stitches and then go to your rib stitch. So I think the one thing I would do different is my last row of knit one, purl one, I would knit it pretty tight. And then after my increase and or decrease, I would knit that row pretty tight also just to tighten those up a little bit. You can go back and add some yarn, but honestly, whenever you have it on, it's really not a big deal at all. And then one other thing, fun fact is your arm span is the same as your height. So if me being 5'9", I made mine long. I don't remember how long it was. But if you're 5'4", you're going to want to take a good 5-6 inches off so that it will fit you lengthwise better. But everything else will be the same. And then you can make the arms shorter or longer. I tend to like mine a little bit on the long side. Being a tall girl, I kind of always had short sleeves growing up. So I like my sleeves extra long. All right, so now I'm going to do a test swatch and show you guys how to do the increases and decreases because it can be a little bit confusing. And yes, I do knit flat using my circular needles. It is definitely, it's just easier on my hands. As I say, when I first learned how to knit, I used straight needles. But after about 5 or 6 projects, I switched over. I bought these interchangeable needles. I knit a hat, and it was so much easier on my hands to knit with these. So I just figured out how to do it. It honestly wasn't too terribly difficult, but I don't know how common it was back then. All right, so you're going to want to increase on a right side row. And how you know it's a right side row is because of this cast on edge. It kind of resembles the V's like that you have in a knit stitch. On the wrong side row, you have the bumps on that first row like a purl stitch. So the purls are just more prominent. And that is consistent. So in my patterns, I tend to make the first row a wrong side row. So anyways, to do your increases, you want to be on the right side row. And I don't know, I mean, it doesn't 100% matter, but it's how I wrote the pattern. And I like having that clean edge on the front that goes around your wrist. So it does make a difference when you're wearing it if you see that or if you see that. So depending on which you like better, that's the row you're going to increase on. All right, so the first stitch is an increase stitch, and I just use a backwards loop. So I just flip it around. And I have to do it without thinking because it's muscle memory. And I increase 1 stitch in between every knit and purl. And I knit the knits and purl the purls. And increase, and purl and increase and knit and increase and purl. And then try to keep this row a little bit on the tight side and increase and knit and increase and purl. Now I only started out with 10 stitches. Increase and knit and increase and purl. All right, so we started out with 10, so I should have 20. And you can double check. Because whenever you go to decrease, you're going to decrease every 2 stitches together. So you want to make sure you have an even number of stitches. And also, if you want to make this wider to fit around your wrist better, or if you have muscular arms and you want it to be tighter up above, you can increase there also. Just remember to decrease on your other side so that about the same place. So maybe put a stitch marker in it so that you can see where you do an increased stitch, so you can do the same thing on the other side. All right, so now we're on a wrong side row. So we're going to purl all of these stitches because I want a knit stitch on the right side row. So every time we purl a stitch, we create a knit on the other side. Oops. And this is the row also. You might want to make it a little bit tight. Actually, I could probably do it a little bit tighter. So for me, tighter means keeping my needle tips as close together instead of, I usually like to follow all the way through like that. So keeping it tighter is a smaller loop. And that's a smaller motion. All right, so now you're going to want to knit and stockinette stitch for 6 rows with your size 13 knitting needles. And then you're going to switch to the size 15, knit the body, however long, 60 inches plus, and then we will decrease for the sleeve again. So that was the increase row. I'm going to knit a little bit for the body, and then I'll come back and show you the decrease row. All right, so now I'm going to do the decrease row and show you how that all comes together. So I am on a right side row. Yep, so on a right side row, I'm going to knit 2 together all the way across. So I have 20 stitches right now, and I want to get back to the 10 that I cast on. So if you are this far along, you are almost done. So we're going to knit 2 together, and I'm going to try to keep this a little bit tight. I'm feeling this. Keeping it a little tighter is going to be a little bit hard. Maybe if I tug it a little bit in between. I don't know. Kind of feel like knitting two together is just a little bit awkward anyways. You just create so much a gap in there. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. All right, so then on the wrong side row, we're going to do the knit 1 purl 1 for 17 inches. So we're going to do knit 1 purl 1. And I'm going to do a few rows so you can see how it looks. Just a little baby sample. All right. So it does look a little different since it's all squished together like that, but you can see the increases, the decreases. So I hope you guys, oh, and definitely you guys are going to want to steam this. You don't have to block it. I'm not a big fan of soaking and blocking my work, but I love a steamer. You know, I don't think I have a video of me steaming anything, so I need to do that because steaming makes all the difference. All the difference. It relaxes the stitches. It makes them look so much smoother. You will be so much happier with it if you steam it first. It really is a world of difference. So I hope you guys love your new sweater scarf, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching.